Hello, guy. Oh, wait. I'm not getting any. Hello? Okay. Introduce the game.
Hello, so we have the first game in the first best of three. So far we have all the bands out on both sides. We have Cassidy, Renekton, and Evelyn for the blue team, and Sivir, Fiddlesticks, and Annie for the purple team. Pretty standard bands. We've seen a lot of these bands throughout the tournament today. Annie is really strong right now, so she's been banned quite often. We have the Evelyn that we've been seeing banned a lot recently because of the lack of pink wards, I think. She's pretty strong right now.
Yeah, and Urbanized Spy has played that a couple games, and it's worked out very well for the team. Have you talked about the bans yet, or?
Yeah, I just did.
Oh, okay.
A little bit. We
All
saw
right.
the Annie Sivir earlier too, which was really strong. We got stomped by that one.
Yeah, and the first pick is Ziggs. He's a very strong mid laner right now. Not too many people have, I don't know if they haven't realized it yet, or they just haven't practiced it, but he is pretty darn strong right now. He can clear waves pretty quickly, and
That global ult.
Yes.
Or, well, not global, I guess, but very far ranged.
yeah. And the first pick is going to be the Elise. I wonder if they're going to run that jungle, because, personally, I prefer a jungle. You can just go pretty much straight tank and still do a whole bunch of damage and just walk right through people. And Kale, that worked out really well for Nundo in the one game that they did use it. It's really good for just saving teammates, and it also does a lot of damage as well. For the other team, looks like Kog'Maw and Nunu. I don't think this is really going to go through, but especially the Kog'Maw, he really revolves around a team comp to protect him well. And okay, they are just going to go for the Nunu Cog. Yeah, the Kog'Maw, he does really good against tankier champions like Elise. He will be able to chunk her very effectively. And the Nunu, the Blood Boil, if Nunu goes support, which I don't think he's going to, the Blood Boil does help Kog'Maw a lot, but usually we've been seeing Nunu go jungle. He's a very good counter jungle, and the counter jungling right now is very important because how bad junglers need to stay in the jungle to get all the gold, because ganking is a lot harder now with all the wards. All right, now we got Caitlyn. Caitlyn is very safe AD carry, very long range. She can poke most champions very well, except for Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw will be able to dish out a lot of damage to her as well. But Delirium actually picking up Leona. Leona is very strong against characters like Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw, he needs range. If people are on top of him, he really suffers and starts to die really quickly to that.
It'll be interesting to see what Fupus goes for here now, because 3 of his supports have been either taken and or banned.
Oh wow, yeah. And then looks like he's going to be hovering over Janna. He did play Janna earlier in the tournament, and it did work out. They ended up winning the game. Really good for counter-initiating fights. Oh, no, looks like they're going to go with a Nami instead.
The AP Janna is really strong now with the new scaling on her shield.
Yeah.
And she's actually a lot of fun to play. But the Nami E buff is also really, really good because her E was already pretty strong and they buffed it. So that'll be really good for the for Cog's ability that I can't think of that increases his range.
Yeah.
Which ability is that? I don't remember.
That increases Kog'Maw's range?
Yeah.
Crap, I don't even remember. I used to play so much Cog.
It's like Toxic Spit or something. Or is that his little, like, shooty thing?
That's his Q. Arcane Barrage. No, not Arcane Barrage. Oh my goodness, this is going to really bug me.
Oh well. The one that increases his range and damage output. That'll be good,
Okay.
I think. It'll be good.
They picked up Lysandra mid. Lysandra, I haven't seen her at all this tournament so far, actually. At least I haven't. I think she's a really good pick. She does a lot of damage. She has a free hourglass, and from her ultimate, if she goes hourglass, she can really start using that only on champions and doesn't have to worry about using that on herself to keep her alive. And she's a very safe pick early game. She can use her Qs to go through minions and splash and hit champions. That does quite a bit of damage. And it looks like Van Kara's going to go with Rumble. Haven't seen Rumble either, but Rumble, feel he would be really good in this team comp if he can get a good equalizer down, and the Delirium follows up with his ult and gets them locked down. It can be a lot of damage, especially when Nuno gets in there and starts doing all of his AoE. It's going to be really good. And it looks like they're actually, Young Grim's going to be going Lysandra top most likely. Yeah, and Throne's a mid laner. Ziggs is going to be going mid.
We have the standard cleanse coming out from Kog'Maw. That'll be good to
he really needs that.
negate Delirium a little bit.
Yeah, but the one, that's a good point. Just no barriers. Most AD carries go barrier nowadays, just for that extra bit of health there to really save them. And actually, for the most part of what I've been seeing with Lysandra, she's mostly top lane. I don't know if she's just good in the top. Oh, yeah, she is good in the top lane, or people wouldn't be playing here. But she can escape. She has a really good escape as long as people don't see her at the perfect time. Then she can just get out, no problem.
I think another reason why Lysandra's really good top lane is because she doesn't necessarily have the highest range. She actually has one of the shortest ranges of the mid laners. So putting her up against mid laners such as Zyra or Ziggs, who do have a lot of range, it's really difficult for her to harass or even go in for minions because she has really short range. So being top lane against melee champions it really benefits her a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. For mid lane, Ziggs versus Kayle, Ziggs, he is really good right now. He has really good kill potential in lane. His poke is very good with his bombs. He's just all around a good pick. He has really good disengage. He can get out really quickly. Kayle, she's just a really good farmer, and when she maxes her Q first, she just does a lot of damage there as well, and it really helps out with the slow, and it really help Urbanized Spy get in there with a good bind.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of Lysandra engages with the ultimate on Kayle to try and get her out of the fight as quickly as possible, so she can't ult to save either of their front lines.
Yeah, that's true. And the further back they can keep, or the more they can keep purple team locked down, the longer that Samuel's going to be able to just destroy them with the Kog'Maw pick. Because if you can't deal with the Kog'Maw, you can't get on him, it's really hard to win team fights because he just does so much damage, and he has really outstanding range when he maxes his W. Pretty sure it's Bioware Cane Barrage. It's still bugging me.
We'll just have to look in game.
Yeah. I used to play him so much, I should know this. I really like the Elise pick, though. Elise, yeah, like I was saying, she can just go straight tank and still do a lot of damage. I think I've seen her like once this turn, but it was top lane. Interesting how to see how she is jungle. She can clear really quickly, that seems to be more the standard nowadays. But she can also gank very effectively if there is an opening, and then she finds it. It can easily secure a couple kill or two. Bottom lane, who do you think's gonna take it early game? Who's gonna have a bit of an advantage since you're a support player?
Early game, it'll definitely be blue team because they just have so much more poke, and we'll see if Delirium can play really passive before level 3, then he might be able to counter engage, I think, at level 3. But then after that, before that, they're just going to get poked if he's not careful because, they just have so much more range on them. Yeah.
The good thing about Kog'Maw is that even if you're losing lane, your W is just really good. It increases his range and his damage, gives him a really good farming from afar. When he starts to get dominated in the lane or anything like that, loses the advantage.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of weird that Atheron runs barrier on every mid. I guess it does get rid of the ignite on you It completely shields it. But not much people have been running that rather than 80 carries for the most part.
Yeah, it was something that was really popular in Season 3 because of the assassin meta with the mid laners. So it was really popular in Season 3, but I think it might not be as popular in Season 4, but I don't really know. It's hard to tell with this weird shield business going on.
All right, for standard, for startings, we got double relics on both teams for the 80s into the supports. Mid laners have both Gondoran's rings and just straight health pods, which is really standard. For jungler, is Nunu...
Yeah, we're going to have the Nunu laugh going on all game.
Yeah. Nunu is the jungler. I've never seen a Nunu just start Doran's blade before. That's a new one for me, at least.
Guess we'll see how that works. I've never seen that either, but maybe he's onto something.
Yeah, I've seen Doran's rings before, but not that. All right, both teams looking like, or red teams looking like they just want to keep any invades from going on, making sure they can't get away or they can't get through into the jungle and surprise them. While blue's just waiting, probably gonna be securing that red buff, and they really don't want to be giving up any early game buffs to the red team. All right, Lissandra's moving top. She really doesn't want to be missing any early game CS or XP. Just doesn't want to lose any advantage to Vankera playing the Rumble. All right, the rest of blue is just gonna wait for this red buff to help out Kimchi get that down really quickly, while the red team just goes straight for that blue buff for Urbanized Spy. At least I really feel that she really needs that early game. She has not the worst mana costs, but they're still bad enough that you really do need that blue buff early. Getting the lane, Vankera's doing what Rumble does best, is just use that Flame Spitter and just be able to harass very effectively. Actually taking Youngrim down to 205 health. Very nice early play by him. Vankera is going to start being able to take some damage of his own now that he is behind the minions, and Youngrim is going to take advantage of being able to utilize the extra range.
And we have the harass going down onto Leona here. Can't really do much until she hits level 2, unfortunately.
Yeah, when she can get that stun in there. Nundo looking like he's starting to push the lane a bit more than he might. Or, yeah, he wants to push the lane early on in the game. He has taken quite a bit of damage from the Ziggs. Ziggs he has really good poke, especially if he starts getting those auto attacks in there. Yeah, it's showing right now that it's starting to do a lot. Urbanized Spy actually coming up for an early game gank. That ward is not placed for Lissandra. A bit of a misplay. And Urbanized Spy starting in Spider form. Going to get right onto Youngrim, and this will most likely be first blood. And there's the Cocoon. Dodges the Cocoon. And Youngrim just barely gets out. And no, Vankera is... Actually, Urbanized Spy is going to get that. And that's going to be first blood for them. And it's going to give Urbanized Spy a really good money gain. And while Kemchi is going to try to get a snowball on that Rumble, try to get one or something. When it's gonna happen? Oh no, he's not gonna do anything. I want to see like a flash ice ball or something like that. All right, Nundo's starting to lay down that hurt onto Anthra in return now, and CS difference in the middle is only by 1. So the early pressure by Nundo eating a bit of the damage, it looked like. Really is not starting to pay off. Actually, Kemchi doing some counter jungling. Counter jungling right now is really annoying for the junglers. How they do, for the most part, they do rely on farming the jungles. A bit of a misplay. Yeah, Lissandra would have been completely safe with that if she just would have used her free ward and just warded. Really sucks for her. And I bet she's beating herself up a little bit for that, giving up first blood. It's her lane. Samuel dropping pretty low. It must have been... Los Maderos really needs to take advantage right after Bio Arcane Barrage is used. Yes, it is that, by the way.
Is it? Oh.
I thought it was right. Sounded a little funny, though. All right, Kimchi's looking for a bit of a counter gank, I guess, knowing that Elise is going to be there and they are most likely going to try to dive right here. Just trying to get a little bit more poke in there right now. And they're actually going to get quite a bit of damage. Yeah, no, Nuno's just going to go back and get that, the new Wraith camp, or the new Wraith. Mid lane, Anthron is going to back. He already has 1k health, or not 1k health, 1k gold, and yeah, he did pick up that chalice, and that's going to help him just use abilities as much as possible. Top lane, Young Grim actually does go down. Sorry, just caught that at the end, and Kenshi is forced to back up to turret, and Van Kara and Urban Spy will get away for free.
Yeah, that was a very nice dive. We had the cocoon come out from Elise to stop Lysandra from eating into Nunu. Eating into Nunu. I had to look at the list there. I was like, wait, who is it that they were fighting? Yeah. And yeah, we did see Lysandra go down again.
Yeah, red team with those 2 early kills taken just under 1k gold advantage early game. That will help him a lot in the early couple fights. Actually, Anthron with that early chalice starting to do quite a bit of damage to Nundo. Nundo only has 30 MR, and Anthron has 62, sorry, and that's really going to help him in this lane. Nundo's going to probably be back right now trying to get an item. I mean, he only has 600 farm though, or gold. He did back and get an amplifying tome, but excuse me. Samuel and Fupus did back. He will be. He did get that Bilgewater cutlass, so he will be going for Blade of the Rune King. Yeah. Okay. I like second guess what that item is called for some reason. So he will be going for that, and that's really good on him because he doesn't need the early AD because of Bio Arcane Barrage. It just gives him so much extra attack damage, and he just that Blade of the Rune King will just help him get as much attacks out of it as he can. And Van Kara is starting to do quite a bit of damage younger. I'm actually missing one of the what are they called? Harpoons. Sorry.
We're bad for spells today, apparently.
Yeah. Taking too many breaks of casting throughout the day. Really starting to lose it. Urbanized Spy is down here bottom lane for a counter, or not counter jungle. There's the bind going on to Fupus. There's engagement from Delirium, and that will be another the first kill for Los Panderos. The right target you want to get it on. Sammy actually eating a trap. Just going to take that back out, not risk anything. Ziggs and Nuno are coming out, but Nundo should have called that, and yeah, there's the ping, so they know that there's going to be a third one coming down, and they're just going to walk right through the It's going to walk through the ward, so they're going to see him for sure. A lot of nice play coming up from Los Panderos, able to get that. You Calibar net, and then you Q. Gives a nice chunk of damage and gets you out of there pretty nicely. Top lane, the CS is dead even right now, even though Rumble had a bit of an advantage. Lysandra being able to farm under tower very well. Mid lane, is again very even, only about 10 difference, which isn't that big of a deal early game. But if he can continue, if Ziggs can continue his lead and just increase it can be really bad for Nundo. Actually, Nundo is going to give, or not Nundo, Anthony is going to get that buff, the blue buff. Urbanized Spy is going to go back now. He has 2.2k, so he's got a lot, and that'll make him so much more powerful. Yeah, Elise did go for this Ancient Golem. It's just one of the best jungle items you can get, and it's one that she really kind of relies on. Gives you nice health regen, mana regen, and the cooldown reduction really helps her out because she has fairly short cooldowns, about 8 seconds and 6 seconds on some of them, and it just helps them obviously get lower and lower. And Urbanized Spy not pulling it. Actually, he does run into Nunu right there, and Nuno's just going to back out. You get that ward in there, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Actually, Nundo trying to do a little bit of damage to Kemchi, but Anthron was there to help him out and do quite a bit of damage to, just a little bit of damage to Nundo in return.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we had the fight going on bot lane. We had cleanse burned by Sam there, and some ults burned, but no kills were given at all.
Yeah, I just caught him having to flash. Oh, Vankera actually goes down to Young Grim, and Kemchi come up there in the top lane. Lots of action going on. Sorry for missing some of it. And Nudo and Urbanized Spy are going up for Lysandra, but I might be a little too late. Actually, they will be able to force her from backing. And he's going to flash onto her and maybe pick up the kill. Yeah, he does get the kill, and they're just going to turn on to Kemchi. Nuno's going to be there, but they can dive with his ult, but they're just not going to risk it. Actually, he is going to do that right now. Just throw the Ignite down, and there's the ult coming in. It's not short. Oh, actually, I thought that was red teams for some reason. I'm like, it's going to get him. No, he's out. But, yeah, like, nice play to get that on Kale.
I think he went a little bit too hard there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He had taken a few too many tower hits coming in to help out with the kill on Lysandra, but so he was too low to dive that.
Yeah, Delirium and Los Panderos is full health again. A bit from that lifesteal from the double Dorans and the health regen from the Relic Shield. So actually both teams equaling out here down to full health, so it will be a little bit of a poke. Delirium actually popping the shield, might try to look for something to go in, but no, he's just going to back out for now. Just get Samuel and Fupus away from them. Delirium doing a nice job on clearing out the wards. There is one back here, but it's... actually, if Elise goes right after this Wraith, that will be down, so he will be able to get another jungle. But unfortunately, they did see Kemchi come in, but they realized that right away, and he's just going to go back to his jungle. Rumble and Young Grim doing a little bit still on each other, but I don't expect too much going to be happening here. Both of them, and Vankera will be laying down their hurt on the Young Grim, but Young Grim has a good enough escape that Vankera can't stop at all, so he should be safe for the most part. Alright, farm-wise, Ziggs actually is increasing that lead up to 20. Actually 29 right now. That is going to start to give him quite a bit of an advantage in this lane. He did get that kill on Nundo, which Nundo has not got a kill. Ziggs is sitting on 2.5k, so as soon as he goes back and buys that, he'll be able to finish his Athenes. And that'll give him so much more damage. And Urbanized Spy looks like he's kind of being a little indecisive what he wants to do, if he wants to gank or go through lane or go around. He's still dancing around this little area, wasting a little bit of time. And Kemchi's looking like he wants to get in there he's just clearing wards right now and putting a ward over here of his own. Actually, that was a while ago. But Urbanized Spy now in this position to get a nice gank off. But there is the 3 minions here that will keep that cocoon from going off. But actually, he sees him right here. Just get the cocoon, and he's going to go into Spider Farm. He's going to try to leap on him. But the flash over the wall from Ziggs is going to keep him safe for now.
Some big plays going on, apparently.
Yeah. Some intense moments out there. All right, those Panderos and Delirium are going to go back for now. Vankera is back in the lane now. He does have that Negatron cloak and the Haunting, guys. So he's going to be doing a bunch of more damage with that Flame Spitter now, and going to keep himself safer from the damage from the Negatron cloak. So how do these totems work? Because they go... do they start off as a greater tome, and do they upgrade them? Or how does this work?
For what? The trinkets?
Yeah.
Yeah, at level 9, they get upgraded to something better that I can't explain because I don't know how they work, but they get upgraded at level 9, and then you can upgrade them again yourself for 475 gold after that. And I know at least for the Sweeper trinket, it upgrades, and it has a little bit more... it has a wider radius, and it gives you like an Oracle's effect for about 10 seconds. So it's pretty good. I haven't gotten used to the trinkets yet, so I don't really like them.
Yeah, they're a little bit weird for me. I'm like, where's the more? I just found out today they can't get oracles. I'm actually Young Grim getting engaged on Vankera. A little bit of a back and forth, but now he has definitely taken the lead in that. And Vankera forced to back out, didn't use that equalizer. Or actually, he does at the very end. He does pick up that kill with the insane range of that ability. Very nice play. Delirium looks like he's going to want to go on to Samuel, but he decides not to at the very last second. I feel like they either need to get on him or just try to not fight. because Samuel will be able to chunk down a lot harder than Caitlyn will be able to.
And Samuel's cleanse is back up now, so...
Yeah. Elise will be here, but...
They will be spotted.
Yeah.
She's going to be spotted in that bush there.
Yeah, and actually Kale's coming down for a big wraparound, but Nunu and Anthron are here for the retaliation. Actually, they do get the turret, and then here comes the engage. Foopus is in a bit of hurt right now. I get dropping very low, and there's the ult from Kemchi getting... Actually, Samuel picks up the kill on Los Maderos. Urbanized Spy really needs to get out of there. And Ziggs is chasing away Nundo. Ziggs has that set full health, and he has so much damage right now. As you've seen right there, they can really lay down the hurt. And he just barely doesn't get enough damage, and Nuno is forced to flash away, while Foopus, Kemchi, and Samuel did pick up the kill on Elise, and now they are going to get that dragon buff for free. Very good play on blue teams. They didn't lose any members of the team. They did lose a turret, but for getting 2 people and a dragon, it's definitely worth it. Or 3 people in a turret.
Dragon. No turrets.
And and a dragon. Actually,
and we had
Anthron going all in and picking up the kill on Kale.
Missed what happened there. Was that an ultimate or?
I missed it too. Where's his body?
It's over by the second mid tower.
Yeah, must have been an ult.
That was weird.
Oh no, it wasn't. It's off cooldown right now. So right now that Ziggs, again, it's a really good pick. It's really working out for them so far, picking up 2 kills already. Van Kara's going back onto Youngrim. Youngrim is starting to fall really low. Equalizer is up, so we'll be able to use that. He just needs a little bit more damage, and there he is, but a little bit misplaced. And he flashes for harpoons, but that was a bit silly. Waste of a flash. Kemchi taking quite a bit of damage. Los Panderos doing her combo well, and Kemchi is going to fall. Actually, Samuel flashes right in front of it, and Kemchi will be fine. Samuel and Foopus are still engaging onto Los Panderos. Los Panderos did get the exhaust, and there's the bomb, and it's going to finish him off. Actually, Samuel gets the kill, and Samuel is going to pick up another kill. Looks like no, Delimmer is just barely going to get away. Ziggs is able to ult from the bottom right in this area, which is insane amount of range. I'm surprised Ziggs hasn't been picked throughout the tournament. He's just really good right now from his buffs.
He's really strong right now, yeah.
Actually, Nundo might be able to pick up a kill on Foopus. Actually, the knock-up is going to secure him getting away. Actually, forces him to use the ult, which we'll put that on cooldown, but I'm pretty sure it's not that too long. Actually, he has 112 seconds, so he's going to be off for quite a bit and maybe open up a bit of an opportunity for Los Panderos and Delirium. All right, Rumble is going to keep just pushing down this lane, trying to keep Lysandra from going anywhere. I think Lysandra, since she is losing the lane, she's going to be the first one to go down to her team and help out before Rumble is. I would probably just give up the free turret to Rumble and just go for one of the next couple team fights. Urbanized Spy is going to back. He has actually just 400 gold, so he's not going to be able to get anything too big. He does have a Blasting Wand and Negatron Cloak and Spirit of the Ancient Golem, which I don't know how great that is. Actually, we'll give them a nice amount of magic resist. They are running double AP, actually 3 APs, or 4, sorry, and mixed damage from Kog'Maw. So it is definitely going to be worth it to get that out, get the MR. I don't expect Kale to really be going for MR. I haven't seen Nundo really been getting that at all. Actually, Rumble's going just poking Youngrim a little bit and back and forth. Nunu actually looking like will be able to come up here. He will be able to tank the turret long enough for a kill to most likely happen. As he's going to be going in now, there's the Blood Boil and the damage coming in from the actually Van Kara misses all of his abilities. He gets it on Kemchi instead of Youngrim, who he really wants to be getting it on, and unfortunately Rumble wasn't able to place that and do enough damage before he fell himself. Alright, Los Maderos is going to go back. He has just over a K. He does just finish that Infinity Edge. But Samuel has the Blade of the Rune King and a BF, so it's going to be a lot of under for him. So Delirium is going to help out Nundo in here. All come down doing a lot of damage. Nundo will fall to Anthron. Anthron is still in the back, just throwing everybody like a little happy Yordle or whatever he is.
I think that was a little bit of an early ult by Kale, but
yeah. And Foopus and Samuel will be able to get another turret bot lane. And looks like Lysandra might be able to pick up this top one before Rumble gets there. No, she's just going to back and get that at a later time, or go back in now. But she will be able to pick up that turret, no problem. And Zig's probably going to rotate top to try to pick up the kill. Oh no, he's just going to go farm. Continue farming. Young Grim is going to have to get out of there. Again, no hard CC from Vankera is going to be able to stop that Lysandra glacial path. There we go. Nuno's going to continue to get these red buffs. I would have liked to see the red buff go on to Cogmon now. He is getting big enough that it's going to be hard for Los Panderos and Delirium to kill him by themselves, since he has 3 kills right now, and he has quite an item advantage over Los Panderos. Yeah, Vankera's continuing to push this lane. It's an auto attack away from death. Urbanized Spy is going to be up here for another gank. Nuno is going to continue shoving mid. He really wants that turret down, and he's just going to go back right now. Doesn't want to get ganked or... Actually, Young Grim getting ganked on, but again, no really hard CC. Actually, Urbanized Spy flashes and misses the bind, unfortunately, but he will be able to pick up this kill. The ult from Young Grim is just only going to secure him for a little bit longer, and the ult actually comes in almost picking up the kill on Rumble, but just enough life to be able to stay alive. Anthron is going to get in here right away to help out Kimchi. They might actually be able to. They will be able to pick up the kill on Urbanized Spy if they can get in range for it, for the amount of damage Anthron does have. But he's going to try to chase, but Urbanized Spy is going to get away in time. And Anthron notices that, and he's just going to farm and then head back mid lane for the CS in the mid lane. Dragon will be up in 20 seconds, so these teams are definitely good enough that they will know when it does come up, and that'll probably be our next big fight. So again, if blue team wins the first 2 games, or it's a best of 3 right now, and if blue team wins this first best of 3, the tournament will be over. For red team to win, they got to win 2 best of 3s. So this game, this can go on very long, or it can go pretty short after 2 games. Last term, these two teams did face off with. The only difference is that blue team has a new jungler. And Anthron dropping very low. He is a lot of their team damage. He does get that ult up. It doesn't really hit anybody. Delirium and Urbanized Spy do fall for no one. Kale and Vankera are forced to get away, but Vankera is dropping very low, and Samuel just doesn't give a crap, and he flashes in and gets a double kill. Los Maderos does eat the ability, even though he flashed, that Ice Blast still followed him home and picks up the kill, and that's going to be an ace for nothing. And blue team did get Dragon as well, so they're quite a bit ahead at this point, setting up 7k, and they're about to get another turret, which will further the lead. All right, red team is at quite a bit of a disadvantage. I didn't get a good enough sight on that team fight to really see if it was what the positioning was. Actually, it's interesting. Abyssal Scepter is built on Elise and Rumble. I haven't seen it too much on Rumble. Actually, I have seen it on Rumble, but it's more of a later item. But since every character on the blue team does have some sort of magic damage, they really need it. Urbanized Spy actually getting Young Grim pretty low, but Young Grim is most likely going to be able to get out of there. Actually, Young Grim is going to go down, and that'll be a nice little comeback from Urbanized Spy. Nuno was going to go mid and just farm it out. Get as much creep score as he can, and to help him out in this lane. Actually, he did see them, so he is going to be able to get out of there no problem, though. While Delirium is here and is going to try to help him engage onto Anthron. Actually, Nuno getting really low from just a couple abilities from Ziggs, doing a lot of damage. Already at 23 minutes, he has 234 farm. That is stupidly good farm for this many minutes in the game. Sitting almost about 60 over Kale, unfortunately for her. The gold difference between the mid laners is 3.2k, so that's pretty darn huge right now. He already has Ziggs already has his things to finish, which he's had for a while, and has a Rabadon's Death Cap, and he will be building a Void Staff with a Magic Pen. He already has the Blasting One, Amplifying Tome, and he has enough to go back and finish it at any time he wants. Los Panderos is going to go bottom, try to force this lane out, and then he'll probably head over mid lane to go help his team out. Caitlyn is a really good champion for defending turrets. She, with her 3 traps, she can really reduce the amount of range for them to get through. Actually, Kemchi and Samuel actually looks like they're going to be able to do Baron all by themselves at 24 minutes. Samuel, as the Kog'Maw pick, has that IE down, and he has the Blade of the Rune King and Berserker Graves, and he has a whole bunch of attack speed behind him, which makes that character so valuable. And, excuse me. Young Grim did get picked up by the red team, but small sacrifice for a Baron buff. Now they see that, and they had no ward coverage, and that really sucks for the red team. The 4 of them looking like they want to fight. They are down a man, but I don't think they'll fight right now. But they really want to be fighting 5v5. Unfortunately, Sandra wasn't up in time, or she did die right before Baron got killed, so they're going to be short 1 Baron buff, but at this point, with Anthra now getting the blue buff with the short cooldowns, and this game's looking like it's going to wrap up, or not wrap up pretty soon. Like, blue team has definitely had a pretty big advantage at this point of the game. All right, again, I got to get off the Ziggs. So having a really good creep score, quite a bit over KO, having by far the most in the game. Actually, Caitlyn has more than Kog'Maw, and the Sandra and Rumble are pretty much dead even, just about 10 separating them. Urban Spy is going to go back for the next team fight. That's going to happen pretty soon. Actually, Younger, I'm going to stop that from happening and keep him from going back and buy, which he wants to do. Actually, Urban Spy getting caught out, taking a lot of damage, and there's no team there to help him. And he's going to go up in the air, but a little bit overkill with the ultimate, picking him off. All right, red team looking at quite a bit of a disadvantage. They are a man down, and blue team does have Baron buff, so Kemchi's going to go straight on Vankera. Los Medeiros dies very quickly, going down to Samuel, and Delirium is going to try to stay alive as much as he can, force the flash out, and he is going to fall down to Young Grim and Vankera, and they're all on the chase to get Vankera the last one alive, and they will be able to pick up this kill. And they're going to be able to at least get an inhibitor out of this.
And there's the surrender vote.
All right, good game from the blue team. They just need 1 more game to close out the tournament. Hopefully red team has an answer for them. Stay tuned, guys, and thanks for watching.